Recon-ng, and the first thing you can do is open in terminal. And once we're in, we can zoom in a little so it's easier for you to see. And all you got to do is enter recon-ng, and this will bring you straight into the Recon-ng administrative page or an interactive shell. And directly from here, the first command that you can use is actually to enter help. So all you got to do is actually click on help, enter help, and you'll be able to see all the commands that you can actually use directly within the interactive shell. So the two key commands that we'll be using is marketplace as well as modules, and all you got to do is enter marketplace, and it will tell you all the parameters that are available for you to key into. So when I do a marketplace search and I hit enter on that, I can see all the modules available for us to use. So over here we can see this broken down into different domains, and of course the very first one is discovery, exploitation, as well as import and reconnaissance. So reconnaissance is going to be a major bulk of the amount of things that you'll be doing directly with Recon-ng. So of course there's a few things that we can look at, and one of it for us of course is to install hacker target. So this is actually one of the key components or modules that actually comes alongside some of the previous versions of Recon-ng. So what we got to do is actually look up for hacker target, and once we have this information, all you got to do is copy the path, and all you got to do is do modules install followed by pasting the path, and once you hit enter on that, you'll be able to install the module. So all we got to do is go back into marketplace and do a install. Marketplace install followed by the module name, and once you have that, you can enter modules, and you can enter modules followed by search, and you can see all the modules that you have running within your Recon-ng. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and use the module, and we can do a modules load followed by recon domains-host/hacker target. Hit on that, enter info, and you can see what are the parameters and the options available for you to key in directly into this module. So all you got to do is enter options and followed by set source, and we're going to enter loyliangyang.com. And once you set that, all you got to do is enter run, and it will scan through the domain and find out some information for you. So of course in this case we have a very simple informational website, and we have the IP address of 66.147.244.109. So perhaps we want to start looking and thinking about some of the other modules and capabilities that we can use as part of Recon-ng. So what we're going to do is enter marketplace followed by search, and we can try to see whether there are other modules that are going to be a lot more useful for us in terms of finding out more information. So scrolling all the way up, we can actually look at discovery, and there is an information disclosure of interesting files. So what we're going to do is enter marketplace followed by install, and again followed by the module name and module path. Hit enter on that. This will allow us to load and download and install the module into a Recon-ng. Do a module search, and we can see the information regarding the module, and we can actually do a loading of it. So modules load discovery, and once we do that, enter info, and it will tell you all the parameters and options available. So we are going to define the source again. So in this case, we'll enter the source options, set source as loyliangyang.com, enter run, and we'll be able to try to find out more interesting information about this particular web server. And of course from here we have robots.txt, sitemap.xml, and we have see all this very interesting information that has been crawled into the web server, and we have identified all this key critical data that's going to be very useful in terms of reconnaissance. So once the check has been in place, once the check has completed, we can actually try to find out what is the admin page of the site. So what we're going to do here is we can see that the files has been downloaded, so we can actually do a right click, and of course we can open another terminal, and we can zoom in a little. So all we got to do is actually cd directly into this directory that has been created, and we can do a cd followed by space, and once we hit enter on that, we can enter ls, and we can see all the files available, and we can do a cat http and then followed by robots.txt. So directly from here we can see there is a wp-admin. So this is one of the key information for us to actually get more details regarding the admin page. So this is a WordPress website, and the next thing we can do is do a cat again, and of course in this case we can do a sitemap.xml, and once we hit enter on that, we can see that it's using Jetpack 8.1.1, so we can try to find out vulnerabilities in association with Jetpack 8.1.1. So there are other information we can use in terms of reconnaissance to find out more details about a site, and this can really quickly accelerate the whole pace of identifying vulnerabilities within a web server, within a target machine, within an entire organization.